Welcome back to the channel, guys. It'd be much appreciated if you could like this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Following another underwhelming Champions League campaign, former Celtic manager Lennon has urged the club to take decisive action in the January transfer window. Celtic's exit from the Champions League group stages without a win for the second consecutive year has highlighted the need for strategic reinforcements. Lennon, who led Celtic to memorable victories, including the iconic 2-1 win over Barcelona and a double over Tuesday night's opponents, has called for the club to make some big moves in the upcoming January transfer window. The absence of victories in the last two seasons' group stages, with the looming final game against Feyenoord, has saw the Hoops go 15 matches without a win in Europe. Speaking on TNT Sports, Lennon critiqued the team's defending and overall progress, noting that last season's experience did not translate into improvement this year. He suggested that the responsibility now falls on Brendan Rodgers and the Celtic management to not only win the Scottish Premiership, but also to prepare adequately for the next Champions League campaign. Lennon's recommendations include bringing in new players and possibly trimming the current squad. He acknowledges the challenges of the January transfer window, but stresses the importance of this period for bedding in new signings and setting the stage for future improvements. Lennon said, "It's very poor defending. Scales gets all in a tangle. Carter Vickers sells himself, but at this stage, psychologically, their heads are down because they got the goal. You can't take the quality away from Immobile. He is 33 but still has hunger and the quality. Last season they got 2 points, so you thought they could have used that experience for the season, but if anything, it's not gone forward, it's sort of stalled if not gone backwards. It's a work in progress. Now the thinking is what happens in January. The onus is on Celtic to win the league and qualify for the Champions League again, and I'm sure Brendan will be wanting a few more players and to trim the current squad. All of that thinking has to go into now. Ultimately, it's difficult to do business in January, but you have to try and bring players in, bed them in between January and the end of the season, and then look to improve again. They've got Feyenoord at home, it's winnable, but they have to try and finish with a win to get a glimpse of progress going forward. With the upcoming home game against Feyenoord, Lennon sees an opportunity for Celtic to secure a win and demonstrate some progress. However, the emphasis is clearly on the longer-term strategy, focusing on the January transfer window as a crucial period for Celtic to address its shortcomings and bolster its ranks for the future success. Celtic supporters experienced a distressing night in Rome during their recent Champions League match against Lazio, both inside and outside the Stadio Olimpico. Before the game, hundreds of fans faced severe inconveniences as they were locked out of the stadium well into the first half. Despite being bussed to the Stadio Olimpico from early in the afternoon, many were unable to gain timely access to the venue. Lax security measures were apparent as flares and other projectiles were directed at the Celtic fan section. The 3,600 Celtic supporters in attendance seemed to receive little protection from stadium security, who made minimal efforts to restrict these attacks, leaving fans vulnerable and exposed. On the field, Celtic's performance was initially competitive, but their efforts were ultimately undone by 2 goals from Lazio in the last 10 minutes. The introduction of striker Ciro Immobile proved vital for Lazio, with the 33-year-old scoring both goals that sealed Celtic's defeat. The Hoops are now set to complete their Champions League campaign at home against Feyenoord in 2 weeks' time. The distressing experience for the Celtic fans in Rome raises serious concerns about fan safety and the adequate provision of security measures of international football matches. The incidents of the evening highlight the need for greater vigilance and protective measures to ensure that supporters can enjoy the game without fear of harm or mistreatment. The security outside the stadium was huge, inside not so much. Away from the pitch though, Lazio fans held up a banner before the game telling Celtic fans to go home because the famine was over. This is a reference to the Irish potato famine and telling Celtic, a largely Catholic fanbase, to go home to Ireland. Given that UEFA hand out fines for just about anything, we have to believe they're going to bring down the hammer on Lazio for the inflammatory banner. UEFA is an organisation that once fined Celtic for waving Palestine flags, so when it comes to blatant anti-Irish racism, surely they will take a severe action against the Italian side. Celtic fans, what were your thoughts on the game yesterday? Let us know down in the comment section below. That brings us to the end of today's video, guys. Make sure you drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Thank you, take care, bye bye.